out of stock.
Hi plastics, welcome back to Dripped in Plastic, and today we're doing something a little bit different here on the channel.
We're going to be talking about the Bratz and Mean Girls collab, and boy do we have tea for you.
So if you guys already don't know, Bratz and Mean Girls are doing a little collab, releasing all the Mean Girls inspired dolls. So their first release was going to start out with Cady herself on October 3rd, of course, Mean Girls Day. Here in Australia, it was 1 a.m. on October 4th for us, and it was going to drop. So that's what we're going to be discussing here today, and just our thoughts and feelings on it and how it all went down.
So how did you feel about the release prior to the drop?
Well, I mean, I was excited, right?
Me too.
I mean, come on, Bratz and Mean Girls, what an iconic collab.
I mean, we grew up with it. I went to the movies.
Yeah, of course. Like, I mean, it's Mean Girls. You know, leading up to it, I guess we didn't know what to expect. Like, was this going to be like a Skeletor drop for Monster High? Was this going to be crazy? Like, we didn't really know, you know? I mean, as you guys know, any Bratz collectors out there who was following everything, like, leading up to it, they were like promoting it, like it was everything coming out, and it was like super exciting.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, there was that link where you could you know, subscribe with your email to get like updates and stuff on the release and everything. And for us, like, we did that too, but in the end, I feel like that didn't even matter, you know, which we will get to that in a moment. And, you know, unfortunately, we didn't get her. So, I mean, what about you? Like, what were your thoughts and feelings like leading up to the release?
Same as you, I was super excited. Because we love Mean Girls so much, and you know how we call you guys the plastics. It would be very fun for us to be unboxing and reviewing the dolls for you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was so excited. I was only nervous maybe the 10 minutes before the drop, but leading up to it, I didn't think it would be so chaotic, to be honest.
We'll show you guys now like what our experience was like. We've got a bit of footage for you guys. So let's take a look at what happened at the Bratz Mean Girls Cady drop.
Out of stock.
Hi plastics, how y'all doing? We are so sad. So sad, guys. She got sold out. And
Cady is sold out.
I cannot believe it. We both look like hot messes, but we just want to say congrats to whoever got her, and we will keep trying. Amazon UK, Amazon Germany, please come through.
If you see Cady Mean Girls listing on Amazon UK or Germany, because that's allegedly where they're supposed to be dropping, let us know, because we're gonna jump on it straight away as soon as any links come up.
Alright, see you plastics.
Oh my gosh, like the anxiety, I mean, you could probably see it in the video, like we were just like, it was just crazy. I was on my computer, as you could see, on the Bratz.com website, ready to get her and everything. But this is the confusing part, and I think this is where a lot of people went wrong. So how they had the website set up is, it was, you know, you had shop all, you had, you know, all your different links, and then down the bottom you had the Bratz Mean Girls collab. And you would think if you're gonna buy her, you would go onto there. And that's where we were. We were sitting on there, we were waiting, and then literally like 1 a.m. ticks over, which was the release time here for us. Like, it didn't change, like the screen was the same. So I was like confused for a second. I'm like, what do I do? Because leading up to it, I, like, prior to 1 a.m, I was like, okay, the only button I can see here is one that says account. So we made an account. So prior to that, you had set up us to get the notifications from email, didn't you?
Yes, so I subscribed to their website. I was on their website on the Mean Girls Bratz collab page several days before, and I keep checking. So I was thinking, you know, on the release date, on the drop date, they would somehow have a link
Yeah, like they would send it.
on Cady.
What's the point of joining the click? Because that's what it was, right?
Right, yes.
They were like, join the click and get updates and whatever, but like nothing. I mean, yeah, we got confirmation that we joined the click or whatever, but like there was no like, hey, the launch is happening now, click this link so you don't miss out, or you know, there was nothing like that. So we just had to literally go to the website and go to that part. Leading up to it, I said to Steffan, I'm like, you know, have we made an account? And he's like, well, no, just the email update. So okay, I quickly like filled it out, did all that, and it was done, it was fine. But then once we were like on there, you know, nothing popped up. So then luckily within like 10-20 seconds, or even less, I had found the shop all button. So it didn't really take me long. So by like 1:01 a.m. or whatever, you know, like it was still there, like it was fine. I had added her to the cart, and then I just had to quickly put in card information and she was in. And then before it clicked over to 1:02 a.m., it literally said sold out. Like it was gone. Like that's less than 2 minutes, guys.
I know.
That is less than 2 minutes. We could not believe it. Like we were just in shock. Like both of us, I was just like, she's sold out. Like she's gone, you know? It's just like, it was just within seconds, you know? I mean, obviously we're not the only ones who dealt with it. This is why we're making this video for you guys today, because I know there's a lot of you guys out there who want to know what's going on, what happened, you know, what was this release, you know?
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, I think there's a few things that went wrong here.
Well, I thought it was going to be very easy, like a walk in the park. I was editing one of our videos on my computer, but when it got to 5 minutes before 1 o'clock, I was like, no, I had to stop.
Well, you started filming me.
Exactly. Yeah. So I was holding the phone, guys, and my hand was shaking. I had so much
Isn't it
anxiety.
ridiculous how much anxiety these freaking releases give us?
Yeah.
Like, honestly.
Yeah. And I remember looking at my phone and it was 1:01. So Sean already had the Dollz.
She's already in my car. Yeah.
And our card information has been put in and everything. So I thought, easy, we're gonna get her.
Yeah.
And we didn't. So when Sean said it's sold out, I let out a scoff thinking, no, it can't be true. But when it sunk in, I was like so distraught. I was so brokenhearted. I don't think I spoke a word for 20 minutes. And Sean kept checking in on me. He was like, are you okay, babe? I'm like, no.
I think it was just like wild because we didn't expect it, you know? We do know someone who lives here in Sydney who actually managed to get her. Geordie, if you're watching this, hi, and congratulations again on getting her. He's one of the lucky ones. Very few lucky ones, I feel, too, because I've been seeing all over. The majority is people didn't get her, you know, rather than got her. I've only seen like a few people say they got her. So let us know in the comments, actually, did you get her? In saying all that, like there's been quite a bit of backlash in the community. You know, people are speaking up, people are fed up with these releases, like the lack of communication on MGA and Bratz.com's part. We were talking to a bunch of people in the community. We spoke to all different kinds of people. So thank you to everyone who reached out and spoke to us in our DMs on Instagram and everything. You know, it was really nice to sort of talk to everyone. And we ended up speaking with the House of Dollz, and we also spoke with PeachY Reviews as well. They have some stuff that they want to say about it. So let's take a look at what they've got to say about this release.
Hello, Sean and Steffan, aka the two most fabulous creators from the channel Dripped in Plastic. I want to say thank you so much for including me in your video today. I love you both, and what a ride this has been for all of us. Oh my lord. I don't want to make this video too long. So I'm gonna try to hop right into it and summarize things in like 60 seconds or less. But this Mean Girls Cady Heron drop was a nightmare, not only for me or for both of you, but for the entire doll community. They got scooped up within like a minute from scalpers, and it feels like neither of us had a real chance at getting these dolls. It was stressful, it was unorganized, and people in the doll community are frankly very upset. So I'm glad that we are all talking about this and we're able to get our thoughts out and connect with other people in the community who have experienced the same thing. And it's just absolutely wild to me. I'm very scared for Regina's drop. I'm still gonna try to get her, but she is way more popular than Cady, so I don't know if they're gonna fix anything, produce more, what's gonna happen for that, but I'm very scared. I have very low hopes of having the opportunity to get her. I wanna know if you're gonna attempt to get her as well. I know we've talked a lot back and forth about this whole situation, but it is just mind-blowing, and I can't believe that in this day and age, we're experiencing these types of mishaps. And don't even get me started on what happened in the Europe Amazon situation. That was terrible. Yeah, it was a mess. I'm nervous. I'm nervous for the future, and I don't know what this is gonna mean for Bratz as a brand, because people are really frustrated, and it's wild. It's wild. But I love you both. I can't wait to watch your video. And thanks again for having this little snippet of me in it. You both are amazing. You are dolls. I love you so much. And at least we're all in this together. Mwah! I love you both. Bye.
Hey, Dripped in Plastic, Steffan, Sean, here's PeachY Reviews, and yeah, we gotta talk about this recent horrible disaster, which was the Bratz Mean Girls collaboration with Cady dropping first. It was horrible. It was worse than a Collector drop, and I fear for Regina and Gretchen and Karen. I hope that by then Bratz will have figured out a better way to release these dolls, because I really do not want all these releases to be basically unattainable for international fans and even for US fans, for it to be basically like really hard. So it really seems like they just produced like 1,000 of Cady and she just evaporated. It's really sad because Mean Girls means so much to so many people, me included. Hang on, I think I have the DVD. Let me just go, we're gonna go on a little hunt here and grab the DVD, because I have it, and I've had it since my childhood. So it just goes to show you, and it's even in German. So it's the real deal, okay? Okay, are you all ready? Okay. Little reveal, but here's my Mean Girls DVD, and it's called, I don't know why, but in Germany they called it Girls Club. Girls Club, there you go. So I grew up with these hoes, okay? I grew up with the quotes. This was my Bible. Thank you very much. So for me to not get the Cady doll, well, I still have hopes that, you know, the Amazon links will come through, but it really looks bleak. I'm not gonna lie. It looks bleak for US fans. It looks even bleaker for international fans. They promised us Amazon releases. So far, a day later, still nothing. Really, Amazon fans, no show. Like, they shared the link, but it basically wasn't working for anyone, and only a lucky few were able to actually, you know, purchase any of Cady. So I really hope Bratz, MJ, if you're listening, I doubt you are, but please, we as fans, we're begging, we're pleading with you, reconsider this collaboration and make it accessible to as many people as you are able to with, you know, the current stage of release that we are in. So just do what the most you can, MJ, please, so that most of us can get these dolls. Because again, Mean Girls, huge IP, huge movie. A lot of us love the movie, and a lot of us love Bratz. So a lot of us would love these dolls. So please, MJ, rethink this whole limited quantity bogus whatever, because a lot of us want these dolls. And if you would just make them accessible, like with the Kylie dolls, I think we would all be so happy, and I wouldn't mind paying even $70 if I could just get them on store shelves. Like, I wouldn't mind, because at least you would have the choice of going in the store and picking the doll up yourself, you know? So it's like, here's a doll, bye. You know, it's like, but no, we can't do that. We have to be doing this exclusive crap, like a limited quantity only on Bratz.com, only on certain Amazon websites, only on these certain, international websites. What are we doing here, MGA? You're a professional. We expect better from you. So it's ridiculous. It's honestly ridiculous. Anyway, that was my rant. Thank you for coming to my TED show. And yeah, justice for Mean Girls, Bratz dolls, because honestly, this ain't it. And I hope that they improve with the other releases, and I hope that they restock Cady. I hope that they improve everything about this collaboration, because a lot of us, I think we can all agree, we like the dolls. They're expensive, but I think a lot of us, we're willing to pay the price, but now we're not even able to pay the price because they're not available to us. Like that's the thing I don't understand. It's like, we are willing to pay you money, MGA. Do you not want my money? Anyways, so yeah, this was PeachY, and thank you for having me, Dripped in Plastic, Steffan and Sean. It was really nice talking with you when the drop was actually happening. I was like, oh yeah, we're like, it's a shared experience, it's like, it was nice. But yeah, this was a shit show. Sorry. It was a dumpster fire.
Yeah, wow. And as you guys can see, like, no one's happy about this, we all put in like a lot of effort. We spent all day on these things, like waiting for links, having things prepared, and it still didn't go right, and plus the navigation of the website and everything was just wild. It just makes you think like, like everyone is saying, like, what are the next releases going to be like, for Regina George and the 2-pack with Karen and Gretchen? Like, is it just going to be the same thing?
We had an influx of messages on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube that made it a bit better,
that we're all in it together.
Yeah, talking to you guys and sharing experiences. So at least, something good happened that night.
That's a good point you bring up, actually, because do you agree that I feel like, in a strange way, while this was a crappy situation, I do feel like, it kind of brought some of the doll community together. It's kind of nice that the silver lining in this situation is that, we're all actually a fun community, and there's a lot of good people in this community, and we're all in different parts of the world, and we can all still connect over this thing and sort of be there and support each other. And because it sucks, I've been seeing, like, one of the things that I think is wrong is, we'll get into scalpers. We'll talk about that in a moment. But, other than that, like, we don't know, like, this was obviously a limited release, right? But the thing is, I've been seeing that people were saying that a lot of people have been, like, MGA was sending people PR who aren't even like doll collectors. Like, what do you think about that?
That is so crazy, and it's so unfair for us doll collectors to not have, the PR packages, or other, not us, but at least other doll collectors to have the PR packages, because we collect dolls. What do other influencers have to say about this collab? They don't even collect dolls or have dolls. That is so not fair.
I guess, bringing that up to, like, why other influencers and stuff, like, it's kind of like, I think at the end of the day, obviously Bratz and MGA are a business, and they want to promote these dolls. So it's like, I understand from, like, a business point of view, like, they're trying to market it, get it out there. Obviously people who aren't doll collectors are probably going to be interested in this because, come on, it's Mean Girls. So, that's probably why they've included a lot of, like, other people who aren't doll collectors getting PR, but I just think it's wrong. I just think it's like, give people, if you want to send PR, like, I've seen some doll collectors get PR and they deserve it, because they're doll collectors, they're a part of the community. They should have the PR, you know? If you're going to give PR to anyone, give it to doll collectors, give it to people who actually are going to appreciate it and have a community base or a fandom who can enjoy this. Like, that's the target market, right?
Exactly.
It's like, why not actually give it to those people, not people who are just random influencers, That's what some messages we were getting from people saying that, random people were getting random PR as well. So then it's like, well, was there limited stock because A, they're giving out to a lot of PR to like random people, and then also like you know, scalpers, you know, like speaking of scalpers, tell the Plastics what you told me about like the whole bot situation.
So I went to a deep dive, guys, and apparently these bots are called the sneaker bots, and they can have like different addresses, and they can buy a large amount of stuff, in this case Dollz, and I guess, you know, scalpers went on the website and bought everything, and we are
like, we didn't stand a chance. You know what I mean?
We have 2 people here at Dripped in Plastic, so you know, when we have the puzzle, you know, like Sean would be like, where do I go? And I'm like, oh, press that, you know, and I guess it takes us what, like 3-4 seconds, but for a bot it would take it, I don't know,
milliseconds.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they'll get in there, buy the dolls, and by the time we get to the cart
no dolls
to
for
check
us.
out, there's nothing.
You know, it's like we don't stand a chance. And like, speaking of scalpers, there are so many eBay listings right now that are just like wild. $500, $600, $700, $800 like for one doll. And it's like, what is everyone thinking? And like, how did so many get it? It's got to be the bot situation that you saw, you know, like that's the only way. And look, I get it, you know, I mean, with these releases, it's funny, like while we might all hate on scalpers, it's just the way it is, you know what I mean? Like, I do understand that there are going to be people out there who will buy them and resell them for more. It's just the way this kind of culture around this, you know, doll collecting or any kind of collecting really happens, you know?
Yeah.
And especially with a big release like this Bratz Mean Girls, like it's bound to happen that you're going to have all these ridiculous resellers like selling her for like a stupid amount. But I think what's the most bothersome thing is, on top of that, we've had like a shitty website that didn't direct you to where you need to go. A lot of people have that problem. Like, it was like a widespread problem, you know? Let us know in the comments, did you have that problem as well, of like waiting on the Bratz Mean Girl page instead of going to Shopall and finding her that way? Even though I was quite quick at figuring that out and I found it quickly, it still wasn't enough. You know what I mean? Like, it's still like, we still missed out, you know? But it's just like, on top of the website being shitty and everything else, like with these scalpers, we just didn't stand a chance, you know? So the people who did get her, I feel like you're very lucky. You know, talking about scalpers, like it is gonna happen, but I do feel like something needs to be implemented to like stop this, you know what I mean? To like, maybe there needs to be some kind of firewalls or whatever that they have in place to like not allow bots to do this. Like, fair enough, like, well, not fair enough, but you know, like if someone gets the doll on their own accord without a bot and they decide to resell it, whatever, that's out of everyone's control. You can't do that. But if these bots are having an unfair advantage, getting like, you know, 30, 20, 50 dolls and selling them for quadruple the price, it's like none of us actual genuine fans or collectors stand a chance. And it's like, in one breath, it's like, well, do MJ even care? Because they're a business and they're still making money regardless. But then it's like, you have fans like us and you guys who actually want the doll and support the brand, who are not getting it. Who are not getting the doll, who are not getting these things on release that we want. Bad enough that they're separating these releases. I mean, you want the whole line. If you're going to collect it, you want Cady, you want Regina, you want Karen, you want Gretchen, and we already have to wait for these other releases. But what's going to happen? Are we going to get, you know, one doll and then miss, like, are we going to get Regina and then miss out on the 2-pack and all we have is Regina? You know what I mean? I mean, she's still iconic, but like, you know, it's just...
But we want everything.
Exactly. I mean, who doesn't? If you're collecting this line, you want all of the characters, right? We have succumbed to scalpers before with Black Lagoon. Monster Heist Collector, we did, because we were just so disappointed. If you haven't seen that video and you collect Monster High, go check it out. We talk about it there. But, you know, I refuse to succumb to this one because I mean, who's going to afford that anyways? Like, she's a ridiculous price. In talking about all this, another thing that they did wild in the release was the Amazon links, right?
Yeah, they were supposed to be on Amazon. Amazon UK, Amazon Germany, but were they? No.
And Amazon France too. In the release, they didn't have the links listed like they said they would. So, you know, that's when we were talking like PeachY reviews and everything about it, and she was like on top of it, you know, like PeachY was like on Amazon looking, like Steffan was doing the same thing. They were both refreshing the pages, like constantly trying to look. Obviously we're here in Australia, but we could still like get things from those Amazons. We just have to pay like an international fee and everything like that. So it does cost more than what it would have cost us getting it from Bratz.com. But I mean, we wanted her, right? So we were trying our best, but it just, nothing was listed. And then they weren't even like vocal about it. Like you'll see on the Instagram post, like everyone's like, where are the Amazon links? Like it's not on Amazon. They were supposed to release the same time. And we're like waiting around. And then like a couple of hours later, Bratz come out and say, hey, we're having problems with the links. Like we'll keep you guys updated. And it's like, when is this going to happen? You know, like PeachY Reviews said as well, like, you know, also go check out PeachY's video. She talks very in depth about the release and how much of a shit show it was, you know. House of Dollz made a video as well, like about her experience with the launch. So go check those videos out. They're really good. I believe House of Dollz is going to make another video as well, discussing it a bit more further as well. So stay tuned for her video too, because she's got a lot of good things to say and a lot of good points.
Yeah.
There was no links. We were waiting up for hours. Like it was literally like, by the time we went to bed, it was like 4:30 in the morning or like 5 a.m. or something, you know? And it was like, and I had work the next day. I mean, look, self-inflicted, but like I was so worked up and so frustrated that I couldn't sleep, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like Sean said before, I was refreshing the webpage a million times. And I'm like, when is it going to appear on the website? You know, I'm like, should I stay up? I said to Sean, maybe you should go to sleep because you have work the next day. I can stay up. What do we do? And then we decided to finally go to bed. I remember getting into bed at 6 a.m. And at that point, we were like, okay, it's not going to come out, so might as well just go to bed first.
You know, yesterday afternoon, they finally came out on Amazon. Bratz had posted an Instagram story saying it's out on, you know, Amazon, and people were sending us links saying, guys, because everyone had seen that we missed out. And they were like, guys, they've listed her on Amazon France. Yeah, so we went straight away and clicked on it. And what actually happened when you clicked on it?
Well, it was all in French, but I could gather what it means.
Google Translate, come through.
Added her to the card, payment option through, and it says unavailable. And I was like, why? I thought there was something wrong with our card.
But you were able to add it to the cart and everything, eh?
Yeah. So I thought it was the card. But then I did some research, and Amazon accepts all international payments. So that wasn't an issue. I keep doing it, but I couldn't get her through. And then she became unavailable.
Well, after that happened, I started doing my research and having a look at, like, you know, the Facebook groups and everything. And everyone was like, oh my God, like, it's the Amazon link's not working, like same situation as us, right? But then I found this interesting thing, and I'll show you guys here. There was like a Reddit article, or someone had posted something on Reddit and said that apparently the Amazon links got leaked and there was only like 30 available.
30?
And then that's why by the time Bratz had actually posted the links and everything like that,
everything was gone.
It was just gone. Whether that's true, I don't know. So whether that's speculation or it's true, but like people are saying that that's apparently what happened. And so that's why there was nothing available on Amazon. But then it didn't even get listed anywhere else. But then back on Amazon France, it then changed the listing. And then that's when it said, hey, pre-order, and it will be available. And I'll show you that screenshot here. It will be available November.
10th. Yeah.
Yeah.
So release date is November 10th.
Right.
And then they'll post it November 21st and then arrive at the end of November.
Yeah,
like
and it even said possibly December. It's just wild because, but then we tried that. We're like, okay, well, maybe this is our only option. So we hit pre-order,
again,
add it to cart, same situation.
Yeah.
Unavailable, not working.
Yeah.
And it's not just us. It's not just like it's because we're in this country, like people who are in Europe, like everyone seems to be having the same problem. No one's able to get her.
Yeah.
So not only was the actual release on Bratz.com absolutely shit and like dumpster fire, it was, you know, then the whole Amazon situation after, like, I mean, Bratz making us wait around, like not hearing any word on whether we're going to get Amazon links or what do we have to do, like when are these Amazon links coming out, like do we just have to wait around all day?
Yeah.
Then when they finally came out, it was like, were they leaked? It's just, this whole drop has been probably the messiest drop I have ever seen.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, it's so messy. And it's just like, it's kind of sad. But I mean, what can we do, guys? I guess the only thing we can do from here is, you know, MJ, if you're watching this, somehow, you know, anyone who works at MJ or whatever comes across all this stuff that's coming out right now, like, try and do better for us fans, you know, us collectors. Like, we want to support the brand. We want to collect the dolls. Something needs to be done about these bots at least, because at least if that does, at least we then all have more of a chance.
Yeah.
Of course, scalpers are always going to exist. Of course, they're always going to be there and they're going to find a way to buy these, and that's okay. But I think if we're just, you know, competing against with normal people who are going against it rather than bots, I think we all at least have a chance, more of a chance of actually getting the dolls. I understand being a limited release that this is, you know, there's a limit, right?
Yeah.
You know, and it's gonna happen. In saying that, there still should be more of an option for the rest of us, you know, especially against the bots and the scalpers. A normal everyday scalper who's gonna go on there, purchase, whatever, they're using their money to buy it too, and if they want to resell it more, that's, you know, do we agree with it? No, but that's their prerogative to do so. You know, that's out of everyone's control. But I do think, you know, I do hope that Bratz pay attention and MJ pays attention to the backlash that's happening right now in the community. And I hope Regina's release and Karen and Gretchen's release is much more smoother. If it's the same sort of setup, guys, just make sure that, you know, when you are on there, you've got everything prepared. Make sure that you go to the shop all button. Unless they've changed it by then, I guess we'll find out. But, you know, fingers crossed when, you know, Regina's release, which is coming up next, hopefully we have a better time.
And congrats to anyone who got Cady. We're happy for you. And MGA, what? And
What's good?
what?
MGA, what's good?
What's good?
That was so not fetch.
So not fetch at all. What is a limited edition going to do when nobody has her? You know
Yeah,
what
just
I
a
mean?
bunch of scalpers.
Yeah.
What are they going to do with them? You know?
They don't even have the dolls out. They don't even play with the dolls. They don't even display them or appreciate them. It's so sad. I want to cry.
I know. It is sad. I wanted to ask you, what do you think your predictions are going to be? Do you think we will get a re-release? Do you think we'll see them in stores? Like, what do you think is going to happen? Or do you think that's it? We have no chance of getting her unless we go to a scalper? Like, is that our only option? Or what are your predictions on it?
I would be hopeful and say they will try to fix the situation and release more dolls. And we're gonna have some dolls at some department stores in the future. But in saying that, because of the not being in the know with no information was really put out, I'm hopeful that we get the dolls. I don't know, guys. What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, I guess the same as Steffan. We can be hopeful that we're going to see them show up in like maybe Maya department stores here in Australia, because they usually have those. Like, I mean, you know, like they ended up having like RuPaul and they had some pre-productions and things like that. I know that's Monster High, but maybe hopefully that will happen with Bratz too, you know, you just never know. But yeah, I guess we just have to wait and see what happens. You know, it's just a shame that it went the way it did, you know. Final thoughts are like MJ needs to do a bit better for the next releases, you know, maybe be a bit more communicative with the Amazon links and everything like that. Just not go radio silent with such a big release like this. Like, I think it just seemed like there wasn't enough preparation, you know. I mean, leading up to it, I thought there was, you know, because they're like, join the clique, get updates, you know, but that didn't help anyone.
Yeah. Bratz, what's the point of calling all wallets?
Yeah.
We got our wallets ready.
Our wallets were ready.
You didn't want to take our money?
Yeah. You only took the scalpers and the bots
Exactly.
money. We want to hear from you guys. You know, let us know in the comments down below. Were you in this whole drop release? Like, did you experience the same thing as us? Or like the people who did get her, like, what was your experience like? What do you feel like made it different for you? Like, were you able to navigate the website easier? Did you have everything prepared? Like, what made it different that you were able to get her? Or, you know, like, yeah, just whatever you guys want in the comments down below. Let us know your experience. We love to hear it. We touched on earlier, I do feel like it's brought us as a community quite close. Like, we're all experiencing this together.
Yeah.
And so I think that's the silver lining takeaway from this wild drop that we had to experience.
Well guys, we know it's not our usual fun unboxing and review video, but thank you for watching.
And we hope you enjoyed it anyway.
Yes. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss anything we post here on Dripped in Plastic.
Bye, plastics.
Bye bye.